Hey, what's going on YouTube family? This is your man Pristine back with another video. Welcome to the full Pristine review for the OnePlus N10 5G or the OnePlus N10 5G. Let's dive right into this thing. Now, first off, price and specs. This phone is $299. It is a T-Mobile exclusive, and if you do an upgrade, you can get the phone for $299. Or if you want to buy it flat out, full retail is $329.99, which is not a bad price for what you're getting. Now, the specifications include a 6.4-inch 1080p by 2400 Full HD plus IPS LCD display. So it's not an OLED display, it's an IPS display. You know, some of you guys may gripe about that, but to me, the display looks just fine. I have no issues with the display. We've got a 20:9 aspect ratio, Corning Gorilla Glass 3, and we've got a Snapdragon 690 5G chipset. We've got an Adreno 619 GPU. We've got 6 gigs of RAM. We've got 128 gigs of onboard storage that can be expanded up to 512. And so you can either have 2 nano SIMs or you can have a nano SIM and an SD card slapped in to expand the memory. All right. Now, with that said, I mean, this is a mid-range offering. This is probably one of the cheapest, most budget-friendly 5G devices that you will find on the market right now. And I know that, you know, as 5G becomes more of a thing, you know, we've seen it in several flagships, but now we're starting to see it trickle down into mid-range. Before you know it, we're going to see it trickle down even further into some of the budget devices. But I mean, you know, this without question is a mid-range device, and like I said, I mean, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck for, you know, $299 or even $329.99 plus whatever taxes are depending on where you live on planet Earth. All right, so the build quality, as I mentioned, we've got Corning Gorilla Glass 3 on the front and back. I'm a fan of the build. You know, the phone, it's a fingerprint magnet, and so you definitely want to keep a case on it, or you always will be wiping this phone off. But as you can see, it is a thing of beauty. It only comes in one color, which is Midnight Ice. And so it kind of has like this gray, or it's blue with like a gray type of shimmer. If you can see that, you know, you can see the reflections of the light as light hits the phone. But I like the ergonomic feel of the phone. You can see how it's curved around the edges, around the back on both sides. And so that just makes it a little bit easier to grip the phone, wield it with no problems at all whatsoever. Now, I think that the overall the screen real estate of the device is interesting to me as well, because we see you know, a lot of, you don't really see 6.4. I've seen, you know, 6.1, 6.5, but I typically don't see, you know, anything between a 6.1 and a 6.5. It's either one or the other. You know what I mean? And so I think that, you know, it's not that big of a phone by today's standards. You know, the phone, it's just a very manageable device, in my opinion. You know, and I've got really small hands, and so wielding this phone has never been a problem at all whatsoever. And if you guys are wondering where I got that wallpaper, there's an app called Zedge. I've been messing with Zedge for years, and you just get on Zedge. You know, it's free. I think there are like some paid stuff that you can pay for, but I mean, a lot of the wallpapers and ringtones and notification tones, a lot of that stuff is free. So just download the app, get into the search bar, type in, you know, Halloween, Michael Myers wallpapers, and a bunch of them will come up. You know what I mean? Those of you that don't know, Michael Myers, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? That's my alter ego. That's the homie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a huge Halloween fan. So performance. Well, performance is actually quite good. You know, I know that, you know, when this phone dropped, some people were kind of questioning, well, you know, why didn't OnePlus decide to put the Snapdragon 735G chipset in, which is also a mid-range, like an upper tier, close to flagship mid-range processor, but they decided to go with the 690, which is a new 5G processor. And, you know, it's not bad at all. I mean, you know, we've got the 90 hertz display. You could see performance is just lightning quick on the phone. It's my Google Now feed. The phone just performs beautifully. I mean, it's very snappy, lightning quick. I mean, like I said, I mean, you do get the 90 hertz display. You can change it from 90 to 60 if you're not into those kind of things. But I feel like once you experience the higher refresh rate and you get to really experience the fluidity of how things function, then it's going to be kind of hard to go back to 60 hertz. That's just my opinion. Shout out to my man, Technically T. I know he just recently put out a tweet, I think earlier today or yesterday, and he touched on that. You know, he was like, a lot of people, they don't really feel like 120 hertz is a big deal until you have it, and then you no longer have it. You know what I mean? And I think that he was making a reference to the iPhone, and I just think it's one of those things. You know, I have an iPad Pro, and the iPad Pro has that 120 hertz refresh rate. Everything is just super smooth, and then you pick up the new iPhone, and although things are smooth, it ain't that smooth. And it just kind of makes you wonder, okay, well, these new iPhones cost just as much as these iPads. Why isn't the higher refresh rate on these iPhones like they are on these iPad Pros? You know what I mean? Things that kind of make me go, so it's nice that for a $300 price tag here, you get the higher refresh rate. You're going to get to experience some of those smoother experiences with the device. So again, well, don't want to go into my banking app. Let's get into some music real quick. Just open up Spotify, and just see, just opening up some of the real, content heavy applications that I got on my phone here, and you can just see how they, how the phone opens it up with absolutely no problems at all whatsoever. Let's see. Let's pop into YouTube real quick. And as you can see, I mean, the load time is very minimal. You'll see it loading up real quick. Hold up. I think I see my man Jay Will. Okay, he's got the S21. Actually, I'm headed to go get that as soon as I'm done recording this video. So, dope. I'm gonna check you out, Jay. But yeah, shout out to my man Jay Will. If you guys ain't hip, Jay Will, Smartphone Conversations, man, check his channel out, man. It's fire. It's fire. He got you covered. So, yeah. So real quick, swipe up and hold. Well, didn't mean to do that, but swipe up and hold. All right, if I want to go back into SoundCloud, there we go. Things just, pop right back up into YouTube, go right there. Let's see if I want to go back to Spotify. There's no reloading. Things are held very well in the RAM. You can multitask, do a lot of things, and you're not going to kill or cause any stuttering or anything like that on this device. Not what I've seen. I mean, so I gotta, say the performance on this phone definitely is a plus. I think that it's gonna, surprise some people. It performs better than one may expect it to. And I'm not saying that, saying that I was expecting it to not be a performer, but I just think that if it performs a little better than what you would expect it to. All right, so cameras. Now, here's where things get a little shaky with this device. And I'm not sure if my phone is defective or what, but I noticed that, with the cameras, we've got a quad camera setup on the rear, and we've got a 16 megapixel here punch hole at the top left corner. Now on the rear, we've got this quad cam system. We've got a 64 megapixel primary sensor, an 8 megapixel ultra wide sensor, a 2 megapixel macro lens, and a 2 megapixel monochrome lens for like black and whites and stuff like that. The rear camera seems to work just fine. We've got electronic image stabilization. I noticed that stabilization on this device was a little finicky. There's been other devices that I've had that only had electronic image stabilization as well, no optical image stabilization, but they seem to do well. They seem to work fine. This one, it's like I had to have a tighter grip on the device to get that smooth, fluid movement as I'm moving around with this phone. And if you don't hold this phone tight or have it on a gimbal, the fact of the matter is you're gonna see a lot of shakiness while you're recording your video. Things are gonna look good, but nonetheless, you're gonna see a lot of shakiness. We do have 4K recording at 30 frames a second on this bad boy. Now that's only with the rear camera. We don't have that for the front-facing camera. Now, speaking of the front-facing camera, which is 16 megapixels, that camera is very finicky, and I don't know if my phone is defective, but a lot of times when I would open up the camera app to take selfies, especially when I was taking videos, with like doing selfie video, it was like the camera was focus hunting all the time, and it wouldn't quite grasp, the actual color. Especially I was down at the beach. There was a little bit of sunlight. It was a gray and gloomy day outside, but a little bit of sunlight was shining into the camera, and it's like the camera just could not make up its mind as to how it was going to focus and where and when it was going to focus. It kept flashing little flashes of focusness to where you can see everything in great detail as they actually looked. But then aside from that, everything was just completely overexposed. The sky was overexposed. I was overexposed. My skin tone, a lot of things that were around me in the environment was overexposed, and it just looked bad. And I've taken a couple of different videos just to see, am I tripping? And that's what the selfie camera was doing. Now, the camera video is going to roll right at the tail end of this video. So stay tuned if so you can see that footage. There are timestamps down below. So if you want to stop the video here, just get in the description box and click on the timestamp that says camera, and it'll take you right to the camera review. All right. But that was my experience with the camera. For me, that's a deal breaker because, I take a lot of photos. I take a lot of selfies. I got kids, you know what I'm saying? So I get a lot of pictures with the kids. I take pictures with the kids by themselves. Cameras for me are pretty important. And so me personally, I just can't have, the camera's got to be reliable, And so, like I said, I'm not sure if I've got a defective, unit or not. But yeah, just something to be mindful of. Let me know down in the comments if you have this device and you too are having the same type of issue with your selfie camera. All right. Now, moving along, battery life. We've got a 4,300 milliamp hour battery, and the battery on this phone is remarkable. As you can see, I'm at 51% right now. I literally took this phone off the charger at about 5:30 this morning, and I'm at 51%. And I've been talking, texting, watching video content, just doing what I typically do. I don't do anything real hardcore, streaming movies and stuff like that. I don't really do those things on my device, but, I have my Bluetooth, connected all day. Just typical ways in which I use my device. And here we are, it's 5:32 p.m. and, I'm still sitting at 51%. And so, depending on how I choose to use the device for the rest of the evening, it's very well going to take me over until tomorrow. Today's the 29th. Battery life is solid. I've got no complaints at all with the battery life on this device. I've taken it, I've been rocking with it as my daily driver since I've had it. Battery life has been stellar. And I think that you're going to get, good battery life as well. Now, again, that depends on how you use your device. If you're hardcore, then you may want to keep that charger with you. But it's a 30-watt charger, OnePlus, they got that dash charge. There's no phones that charge faster on planet Earth. Well, maybe, Xiaomi, I think that Xiaomi Mi 11, yeah, that charges insanely fast. So I think that they're like right on par with OnePlus in that particular category. And actually that phone is kind of dope. So stay tuned because I think I'm gonna get my hands on that Xiaomi, man. I want to get a new Xiaomi device, and I think that Mi 11 is the one that I'm gonna go with. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, battery life has been solid. This phone is a solid performer in the battery department. Now, additional features, I'm just going to speak on some of the things that are most notable to me, some of the things that I use mostly, that I like about the device. I like the double tap to shut it off. I like the double tap to wake it up. I like the fact that when you raise the phone up, it wakes up the screen and you can see your notifications. We do have facial recognition. It's one of those things now where, I have to, as soon as it recognizes my face, it unlocks. You'll see the little unlock icon right here at the top. And as soon as it recognizes my face, then a lot of my notifications and things will pop up. Like you just saw that. It's trying to recognize, boom. And it just, it opens up. And I got it set to where, after it unlocks, I swipe up just to keep an added security measure. But you can change that. So you can set it to where once the phone recognizes your face, it'll just pop up into your desktop. So if you don't want to have to do that initial swipe, you don't have to do that. You can change that in the settings. And I like that. The fingerprint sensor, I like the placement of it, facial recognition. That was one of the issues that I had with the iPhone because of the fact that, we're living in COVID climate and, we're wearing masks now. You know what I'm saying? So, Face ID being your only option to get into your device. It's it's kind of crazy right now. You know, it works well on the iPhone, but it's like when you got a mask over your face, you're always going to end up putting in, you know, a passcode or something like that, you know, to get into your phone. And so I like the fact that, you know, we've got, you know, facial recognition and a fingerprint reader. And so, you know, you've got multiple different ways to unlock your device with ease. All right. I like the fact that there is a headphone jack on the bottom of the device. And so OnePlus was mindful of that. Now, if you go into, let me see. Is it display? All right. So I like how if you go into sounds, it's like the headphone jack, it's got some DAC action going on because right here it's got, Dirac audio tuner. And what you do when you click in that, this gives you the ability to change the tones. I mean, so by default, it's in dynamic. If you're watching a movie on your device, you can put it on movie and it's going to give you more of a movie enriching sound. If you're listening to music, you can put it on music and it's going to enhance the music quality a little bit, or you can turn it off. And then there is an equalizer here for you to customize the sound to your liking. And so given the fact that I'm wireless, this doesn't just work when something is plugged into the headphone jack. This also works when you are, you know, connected to a Bluetooth headset, or, you know, a lot of times when I get in the car, I turn my car on, the phone automatically connects to my Bluetooth system in the car. And that's how I stream music on Spotify or Apple Music. And you can turn this on and you can clearly hear the difference. And so you just have more customizing options on how you want to listen to your music. And I think that's dope, me being an audiophile. And I'm very particular about how I listen to music and how I want things to sound. And the more control that I have over that, the better. And so I like the fact that OnePlus implemented something like that just to give us, us people, the way we like to, customize our sounds. It gives us the ability to do that. There are presets, that you can utilize as well on the device. And so, I'm a huge fan of that. And then of course, when you go into customization and, just the ability to, change the accent color, change the tone, change the app icons, different icon packs and stuff like that. I mean, just Oxygen OS and all of its customizing features, I'm just a huge fan of Oxygen OS, so again, you're getting a lot, for the money, you know what I mean? It's not a lot of money that you're spending for this phone, but you're getting a lot of phone at a very inexpensive price point. So, with the exception, of the camera issue that I was having with my selfie camera, I think this phone is a certified go, for everybody that wants a really good device that performs well, that's going to give you a lot of the features and functions that a lot of, flagships offer today, for a lot of money. The dual stereo speakers, oh my goodness, they sound amazing. That's another feature that I love about this device. You got dual stereo speakers, one here at the top in the earpiece, another one that's bottom firing. They sound amazing, ladies and gentlemen. They sound amazing. And so, this phone is pretty feature packed for the price. And so, like I said, get down in the comments. Let me know if you have this phone. What's your experience with the selfie camera? What's your experience overall with it? I really would like to know. I'm hoping that if this selfie camera issue is a widespread thing, that OnePlus will push out an update that will correct that. Because to me, I think that's really, at this frame of the game, the only indictment, about this device. Aside from that, it's a great, solid performer. Battery life is on point. It's solid. It's going to last you all day. The customizations, the dual stereo speakers, the super fast charging. It's not a flagship, so it doesn't have like wireless charging. It doesn't have an IP rating or anything like that. I think the phone may have a little bit of like splash resistance, but it's not water resistant. You're not going to be able to submerge this phone, okay, without sustaining kind of, damage. And, if you've got insurance on the phone, you will be filing a claim. So you don't want to do that. You want to stay away from that. But aside from that, if you want a really good device all around for not a lot of money, I can definitely recommend the OnePlus N10 5G. All right, so that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen, for the full Pristine review for the OnePlus Nord 5G. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to expose yourself to tons of more videos that I've done like this one. And keep it locked at Pristine Mobile Tech. Hit that notifications bell so that every time my videos go live, you'll get that notification. And be one of the first to check out the content In the comment section is where I'll be posted up at, chilling, waiting on those questions, comments, or whatever kind of feedback that you guys may have. All right, let's keep it respectful, and let's chit chat about these devices, man, and keep it locked because I've got so much more content to come. 2021 is upon us, and there's a wave of new phones that are coming, so you don't want to miss it. Keep it locked. All right, you guys already know. Please stay safe. Get spiritually fit because we are definitely living in the last days. Spiritual fitness is very, very, very important, ladies and gentlemen, especially right now. All the stuff that we're going through. But the thing is, we're going to make it through. God is still God, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So trust in him. Ain't no need to fear. Just have faith and trust in him. He got you. Just like he got me, he got you. All right? Keep it pristine. Catch y'all in the next one. Camera footage rolling right now. What's up, y'all? This your man Pristine. All right, so here is the main 64 megapixel camera on the OnePlus N10 5G. And as I mentioned before, we've got 4 cameras. We got the main 64 megapixel. We've got an 8 megapixel ultra wide sensor, which is what that is right there. We've got 119 degree field of view. And we've got a 2 megapixel macro lens and a 2 megapixel monochrome lens. Now, we don't have optical image stabilization, but we do have electronic image stabilization. So that should keep things nice and stabilized as I'm moving around here. Down here at Redondo Beach, which is, right down the hill from the house. Pristine Mobile right here. Black on black. You know what I'm saying? So beautiful, baby. Old school. Yeah. And, this is what it's looking like. Beautiful day here. It's cold as hell out here. A little overcast coming over, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get back to the house pretty soon because it's gonna rain. If you guys ain't in the state of Washington, but you've heard the stories about how it just rains. Ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? We'll get all 4 seasons in a day. So as far as I can tell, the color accuracy, the color reproduction, the detail is pretty remarkable. And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, this is a $300 device. Like I said, if you get the upgrade at T-Mobile, it's $299, and if you buy it flat out full retail, it's $329.99. You're getting a lot of phone for not a lot of money. So, so we got the moon up there. Well, I'm really impressed with how well this camera performs. Very impressed. This camera on this device is very reminiscent to a flagship. So, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video and take some selfie video, see what that's looking like, and then we'll close this thing on out. All right. All right, what's good, y'all? All right, so this is the 16 megapixel selfie camera of the OnePlus N10 5G. Now I'm talking about 5G. All right, now, I'm down here at this beach, man. It's cold, man. I'm talking about Jack Frost is definitely out here, man. He out here. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get throw the hat on, man. Got the mask on, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't want that Rona, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't want that Rona, man. So, man. And so you got cats down here stretching and come on, man. I'm just trying to get this footage, man. You know what I'm talking about, man? Oh, man, come on, man. They down here meditating and things, man. Come on, man. I'm just trying to get out here and get this here footage, man. All right. Whatever. Oh, they walking up. Man, come on. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? They walking up on my joint, man. You know what I'm saying? I got that thing on me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that. You know what I'm saying? It can turn into a real bad day real quick. You know what I'm saying? Man, what is these folks doing, man? These people, man. All right, so hold up, man. Let me, man. All right. Okay, so here we go. So this is the front camera. Now, see, this camera, it seems to have a little bit of an issue with so I've got the sun is shining right into the camera lens, but like if you look at the sky seems to be very overexposed a bit, and it keeps flashing like it's like the camera's like focus hunting, but it can't seem to make its mind up as to what it wants to focus on or where it wants to focus. I mean, so like that right there, you know, you get little flashes of what things actually look like, but then it won't stay there. So I don't really know what that's about, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, maybe that's something that OnePlus can, you know, provide an update or something. Because I mean, things, they look clear, with the exception of just, yeah, that's not, yeah, no, I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know if that's if that's a defect, you know what I'm saying, with the model that I have, but I'm saying that ain't really a good look. You know what I mean? And so let's see. Okay, so like if I change a different direction, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't seem to matter what direction I'm holding the phone. I mean, it just doesn't. Okay, so let me see. Because the sun was shining directly into the lens. And I know sometimes, you know, cameras, they struggle when direct light, especially light that is as bright as the sun, shines right into the lens. But I've had a lot of other devices that do really well with that. You know what I mean? This camera seems to be struggling with it. Okay, I mean, the quality is fine, but it's just, yeah. I don't know. OnePlus, man, they're going to have to do something about that, man. They're going to have to do something about that. So, y'all already know, man. Sound off down below in the comments, man, and let me know what you think about the front-facing camera on the OnePlus N10 5G. You guys already know, man. Thanks for letting me bend your ear a little bit. Much love to all of my subscribers. I salute you guys. And, man, you know, hit that, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. You know, hit that notifications bell so that whenever I upload videos, you'll get notified. And be one of the first to get down in the comments and, you know, let me know what you think about what you saw. Hit me with any questions, comments, feedback. The comment section is where I'll be chilling and posted up at. All right? So, man, you guys already know, man. Please stay safe. Get spiritually fit because we living in them last days, man. Revelations is upon us. You know what I'm saying? Keep it pristine in every aspect of your lives, man. Peace.